We're going to be talking about my business problem and the best steps that I use to solve this business problem. My business problem was I work at Birch's and that there was too much food going to waste. And throughout the whole shift, I'd always see people just throwing in the trash and that people wouldn't eat their food. So there was a ton of waste going on. And overall, that was bad financially and for the environment. So I'm here to try and make a difference for that. The best way to start solving the problem is to discover. You have to manage your bias to see how it will affect everyone, not just your situation. You have to think how it will affect the company's financials and how it will affect everyone throughout their shifts. So, like, if it will be harder to, if anything will take up more room in the kitchen, if this will cause servers to not be able to serve as easily. And the best way to do this is by looking for adaptations first. If you can adapt to a problem easier and not have to implement a huge solution, then without creating other problems, then this can help a lot. You have to repeatedly ask why. Why does this problem need to be solved? For me, this problem needs to be solved because I can't sit here and let all this food be wasted because it's bad for the economy and it's bad for our environment. You have to investigate and prepare. So you have to dive deep into the problem by having the research done right. You have to have solid reasons why this should be fixed, and you need to put aside time and money so that you're able to fully dive deep into this problem. After you've done that, you can sit down and brainstorm. I brainstormed and thought, what would be the best way to save food? I weighed the pros and cons, and I thought of an eco-friendly bag where you can just put just the food and no trash in there, and it gets all donated to the cows and it gets re-eaten by them because then they have a chance to eat and then you don't have to pay for cow food. Some of the ground rules of brainstorming when I was doing it was I would concentrate on quantity. I wouldn't criticize others. I'd elaborate and build. I wanted to brainstorm the most amount of ideas I could so I could have more options to pick from when it came to make a decision to my solution. You need to measure to see which idea for your solution is the best. If you measure and see which one's most effective, you'll have a lot easier time. This is best done by using the SWOT analysis. This is to convert a strategy into a problem. After you do that, you can build off your SWOT analysis. Action plan. Once you brainstorm a ton and have everything down, you can make an action plan. This is by taking one of your ideas and turning it into a plan that you can implement into your problem and make a solution. You have to gather insight about once you have your action plan, you can go ahead and implement it into your solution. The first thing you need to do about this is gather insight about how this will affect everything. How will this affect the employees? How will this affect the financials? And you have to think of the long-term pros and cons of everything. After you implement it and you implement your action plan, my action plan that I implemented was by putting eco-friendly bags there where I could put just food in there and it would go to the cows and the cows would eat. I compared the results with my expected outcome and I saw that it went well. The servers were easy to use it and scrape plates off with it and stuff, but it did cost the company a little more money to have to get a separate garbage truck to pick up these bags with just the food in it. So, I mean, it went according to plan, but it just cost a little bit of extra money, which in my mind is worth it in the end. I used a STAR analysis to look at it, and that's the situation, task, action, result. This is used in everyday life, such as interviews and other things. It's the best way that I could compare my results with what was going to happen. And after I did this, I saw that I think it went pretty smoothly and how I planned it out for everything to go. The pros and cons. I reviewed my pros and cons, and I saw that the pros was it saved a lot of food and that it got used after. It also, there was more trash bags. The trash bags didn't fill up as much. Some of the cons were that it took up more space in the kitchen and that you had to take more trash bags out at the end of the night and you had to pay for the extra garbage trucks. That was the only cons I could find. But learning from those mistakes, some of those can be unavoidable and it's a cost of what comes with having to do something like this and having to implement a solution to a problem like this. Long term, it's going to be better for the company because they'll be looked at better too, and they're going to get some tax breaks on using eco-friendly bags and putting food back into the ecosystem with like the cows and stuff. So long term, it's good. Short term, it might cost a little more money, but I think overall it's better. That's my